This is diabolical, Greg. Yeah, very, very, very difficult condition. Yeah, the guys, we got played tournament golf like this. This is tough.
Well, that's Bryson at 11. From the second cut on the right-hand side, trying to chase this on. Instead, he's just going to fly it on. Flag is front right. This landed in the center. It's going to go all the way to the back right. Well, that was just fine. He found an alleyway over there. So Bryson will have a birdie putt. He is at 4 over. Over the years, Mercedes-Benz has patented thousands of safety innovations. They've crash tested so many cars they've stopped counting, and built their punishing test facility in an effort to build the world's safest cars. They created crumple zones, ABS brakes, and autonomous brakes, active lane keeping assist, collision prevention assist, active parking assist, and blind spot assist. They introduced airbags, side impact airbags, side curtain airbags, seat belt airbags, and now the first ever rear-mounted front impact airbags. Every year, Mercedes-Benz commits immeasurable resources to the advancement of safety technology, all in the hope that you may never need any of it. Safety should never take a backseat to anything. Mercedes-Benz is honored to be a global partner of the 2021 Masters. So the lead right now is 4 under par. It's Justin Rose leading the way. We're going to go back to how this day started. A moment with the honorary starters in 60 seconds.
SiriusXM is now the destination for the best of podcasts. Find your money motivation with business podcasts like Everyone Talks to Liz Clayman, as she shares inspiring stories from today's most successful entrepreneurs. Freelance to Founder is your weekly dose of actionable advice to level up your business game and get pointed in the right direction with the Money Girls quick and dirty tips for a richer life. Hear it all without having to leave the SiriusXM app. Now home to the best collection of podcasts, free for most subscribers. Just download it today and tap podcasts. This is the Flutie Flakescast.
Tim Tebow, former NFL quarterback, Heisman Trophy winner. You and I just got back from your golf tournament. Didn't you?
Yes, I did. I was in the water at 17 at Sawgrass.
You're a Florida guy. We're in Florida. If there's water, there's going to be a gator.
If there was a gator, shouldn't it be a little partial to me? I don't know.
To hear more from Doug Flutie and his friends, download the SiriusXM app and tap podcasts.
This morning at 7:45 Eastern Time on the first tee at Augusta National Golf Club, it sounded like this.
I want to extend a special welcome to our guest honorary starter, Mr. Lee Elder. Lee, it is my privilege to say you have the honors. It is now my honor to introduce 2 great legends who combined for 9 green jackets. Joining Lee on the first tee, please welcome golf's preeminent global ambassador, Mr. Gary Player. Joining Lee and Gary is a man who is celebrating the 35th anniversary of his historic 6th green jacket. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jack Nicklaus.
Chairman Fred Ridley introducing those 3 men earlier today. First African American to participate in the Masters, Lee Elder. 46 years after he did that, he was honored on the first tee today. Jack tried to encourage him to hit a tee shot. Lee just smiled and took it all in. Gary and Jack hit tee shots out there, and the 2021 Masters was underway. Bubba Watson and Phil Mickelson were out there to watch it, and Greg Norman, you were out there to watch it too.
Yes, I was. I used to go out there many, many moons ago when I first came here because I think it's a great tradition and great honor, and I didn't want to miss this one.
It was indeed, and we welcome Lee Elder to the roster of honorary starters. It goes all the way back to 1963. It started with Jock Hutchison and Fred McLeod. Byron Nelson has done it. Gene Sarazen, Ken Venturi, Sam Snead, Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus, and Gary Player on the list of honorary starters. Let's go to Fred Albers.
Jordan Spieth's in need of a big bounce back. He stands at 2 over par, coming off triple bogey at the par 4 ninth hole. In the fairway at the 10th. And trying to work a draw into a right-hand hole location. Ball comes in, that's just up on the front of the green, going to release out, that's quality play. And Jordan Spieth with a legitimate shot at a bounce-back birdie. That's maybe 15 feet away for Jordan Spieth.
He can use it. The decision at 9 out of the woods on the right wasn't necessarily a killer. The 3-putt sure didn't help. The lead is Justin Rose, 4 under par as he plays 14. What a run for Justin Rose. The eagle at 8, birdie, par, and then 2 more birdies at 12 and 13. Dustin Johnson with a pitch-in birdie at 11 earlier today. Rose has now got a par putt coming up here at 14 as his tee shot in the second cut on the left-hand side put him in a bad spot. So really the first test in a while for Justin Rose. The second shot had no spin on it, went over the back of the green. Interesting hole location on the left-hand side, at 14, Greg.
Yeah, absolutely. We got to watch Shane Lowry.
Same group, long putt for birdie, outside 35 feet for Lowry, and that's going to stay right the entire way. And we'll go back to 11. Bryson DeChambeau, 40 feet for his birdie. He's at 4 over. This is all the way across the green from back right to a front right hole location, and that's going to come up some 4.5, maybe 5 feet short. And he grits his teeth again. There's another look of tension, Greg. You've been calling that all day.
Oh, absolutely. This golf course is weighing the boys down.
And Justin Rose was well long at 14. Long enough to have to hit a wedge from that collection area, and pretty lucky that just didn't go off the false front there on the left-hand side.
Yeah, very much so. I was wondering if he was trying to play up the hill a little bit past the flag to let it come on back, but just notice there that there was no spin on that chip shot whatsoever. It just landed on the green and released.
So in the opening round back in November, the golf course averaged a half shot under par. Today, so far, 2.5 shots over par, 74.5. Justin Rose, though, is pulling that average down in a good way. He is at 4 under par and a par saver here at 18. One of those guys that uses the aim-point express method, Greg. What do you think?
I've never used it. It's obviously very effective for a lot of people. I mean, Austin Johnson uses it. Obviously, Adam Scott uses it. So, yeah, whatever the guys feel comfortable doing, use it. And science is there to make them better. And you might as well use what you can.
This is 14 for Justin Rose and a par putt to stay at 4 under. He's the only player still out on the golf course under par. Back and through, left side, breaking right, he's made it. Oh, Justin Rose is making it look easy right now at Augusta National. Firm and fast is just fine with him. He's 4 under and he leads by 1. What a par save for Justin Rose.
Beautiful stroke back and through at the same speed.
That is strong.
Time for a leaderboard update from the 85th playing of the Masters.
Justin Rose with that par putt, BK, is at 4 under par in the lead in the Masters by 1 shot. He's had some close calls in this event with a couple of second place finishes, most recently finishing second to Sergio Garcia 4 years ago, losing in a sudden death playoff. Brian Harman and Hideki Matsuyama are in the clubhouse at 3 under par. Will Zalatoris, Webb Simpson, Christian Bezuidenhout, and Patrick Reed are 2 under par. Scrolling down, John Rahm became a dad on Sunday. Even par 72 today for him. Jason Kokrak has just birdied the last 2 holes. He's joined the group at even par. And you look down and you see several guys that did not have their best stuff today. Brooks Koepka, 74. Defending champion Dustin Johnson on that same number. A triple bogey for Jordan Spieth as he makes the turn. He is 2 over par. Phil Mickelson down to 3 over. Rory McIlroy with a 4 over 76. And Bryson DeChambeau is out on the course, BK, also 4 over par.
Just hasn't quite figured it out here. Taylor, thank you so much. The sun is gone. It's been gone for a while. behind some clouds, not threatening clouds. Matter of fact, it's a bit of a relief for these guys. At the 10th, the final group of the day, Colin Morikawa just played his third shot from the left-hand side. Nice shot for Colin Morikawa. He's going to have a chance to save his par there at 10. Unfortunately, Morikawa back at even not half bad. And our leader's on the tee at 15. Greg, a chance to unleash the driver.
He can indeed. He's feeling good. He just made that beautiful 12-foot putt for a par on the previous hole, so he knows this is reachable. He knows the whole location's cut front right, so getting it on the fairway to have a shot at even staying on this green in 2 shots is imperative.
530 yards, very straight par 5, Firethorn. Love to get this over the top of the hill. There's some trees that stick out from the left-hand side of the fairway, and this is heading that way. And it's up the left-hand side, and it's going to be in the fairway cut. However, he may have to work it around that outcropping of trees if he wants to get it close here at 15. Now the flag is on the right. That's going to help him. So that's a good start for Justin Rose at 15. We'll see what he chooses to do. To John McGinnis.
Well, Bryson DeChambeau cleaned up here at the 11th. He remains 4 over par. Made that good par save, so maybe a chance to cut into that deficit between here and the house.
We'll see if he can do it. We'll go to Fred Albers.
Jordan Spieth from birdie. Rolls this up at the 10th and rolls it in. Talk about your big comebacks. Jordan Spieth, a triple bogey at the par 4. 9th follows that up with a birdie at our par 4. 10th, Jordan Spieth back to 1 over. Looked at some quick research, trying to find out the last player to win the Masters with a triple bogey on the card. I'm afraid that answer is 0. But I did find a player in 1990 with a triple bogey on the card who went on to win Doral. That player, Greg Norman.
How about that? Our analyst here this year. We're going to keep digging up little fun Greg Norman facts. Hopefully you continue to find them fun.
Yeah, me too, but what hole did I triple bogey?
Fred told me it was 6, but I think he was wrong about that. It was probably, if I had to guess, it would have been 13. But it's hard to make a 6 on that hole. Colin Morikawa makes his par at hole number 10. So Morikawa even par now, 4 shots back. We heard Phil's approach at 13. He's long and left. The flag is front right. Phil Mickelson's 3 over. You know what he can do with that wedge, and he's going to have it in his hand. Bryson DeChambeau has walked over from 11 to 12. And, boy, this is a guy that has a lot of numbers. And you wonder what he and Tim Tucker are going to try to figure out. Also in this group, Max Homa and Adam Scott. And it looks like Scott will be first. We listen in.
Yeah, straight in.
John Lamonti tells him to just straight in, but they're not done.
We have there's 69 in. I don't see. Yes.
Adam Scott, couple over. Ready to go. Right-hand side of the tee box. John McGinnis.
Well, they started it right over the right edge of the bunker, turning over just a touch, and boy, good nice weight on that. That's going to end up about 16, 17 feet right of the hole. That's a good quality play.
Okay, Bryson next. Well, me and Tim Tucker check it out. We flash back to earlier in the week where the 4 Australians in the field posed for a picture on Hogan Bridge. Left of this green at 12, Matt Jones, Cam Smith, Adam Scott, and Mark Leishman. Now Bryson's ready to go here, John.
Taking dead aim. This ball started just a foot or 2 left of the flag. Now drifting a little farther left. Might need to get down, and I believe it does. That ball flew up into the azaleas. Did come back out down into the grass behind the green, but that was a full club too many.
That's 15 yards.
Disappeared for a second.
Yep.
It was indeed 15 yards long, Bryson, but it isn't anymore. So Morikawa will be next. And meanwhile, Justin Thomas is ready to go at 11 from 2:02. Sorry, Max Homa will be next over there. There's Thomas's approach. Front right hole location. From the right-hand side of the fairway. He doesn't like it. What did he not like? It landed 4 feet short. Almost flew in, and that's why he didn't like it, because he knew it was going to hit hard. Goes off the right-hand side of the green. He could probably putt it to 12 and John McGinnis.
Well, Max Homa has pulled it left, well left, just landed long, and that stays in the grass back there, but that'll be an awkward little up and down, and I kind of thought that he might back off. He was only like 40, 50 feet in front of him.
Yellow.
Hola.
Hola.
What are you doing?
Nothing. Richard and I are riding up the road.
Are you almost there?
Probably halfway.
Good. How's he doing?
He's doing all right. He's doing all right. He's got his shorts and t-shirt on and mask on. He's ready to go.
What's he wearing?
It's just pants and a golf shirt.
I hope you're not wearing that white vest. It might get pollinated like crazy.
I am not wearing a white vest. That is faux show.
My bottom hurts.
I'm sorry, bud.
No, it hurts so bad.
I'm sorry. We'll shut that down. How'd it go this afternoon?
This afternoon was shit.
Really? Did he go?
Yeah. I mean, today was a meeting, Zoom, in Jonathan's room. He didn't come down for that. And so the comprehensive care team, it was one doctor, 2 nurses, and then there's always a spiritual preacher, like pastor that kind of always sits in.
Uh-huh.
And they all said that it would be very beneficial for him to go tomorrow. Obviously, it's not the decision-making appointment, but to be there to hear the stuff, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And I think it's what each and every person does. When the doctors talk to Leslie and Dave, they kind of sugarcoat it. Now, there's a couple of doctors that just lay it out. And then Leslie, when she's talking to that team, is kind of sugarcoats it. And she's like, well, we'll see. When what she said to me earlier is Dave's not going. He doesn't want to have any part of it. If we ever have to get down to that absolute last decision, he'll be involved, but he doesn't want to talk about it. And so why don't you say that to them?
Yeah.
But I receive it all. And this is how it's been every patient, every case. You don't let your real shit out in front of the doctors.
Right.
But I get to see it, and the care teams that day in and day out, and a lot of these families will just go and present themselves as knocking it out of the park left and right. And this mama does. She knows everything, got it out. But it's almost like she's trying to be MD, and she needs to be mom. She needs to sit back and be mom.
Yeah. Hey, I'm out in the middle of nowhere. If I lose you, it's because of signal. So.
Okay. So that's very stressful. So I know when they're saying that because I've communicated with them. I really think it would be very beneficial for her to have her husband there too. And this is going to be a difficult appointment. So I've brought it up, and maybe if y'all could reiterate that'd be great.
Yeah.
So they do.
Yeah.
And when she's already, and I said, you think Dave might go with us tomorrow? And she's like, oh no, he has to work. And it's a pretty important appointment. It'd be great for, maybe he could ask questions, or she's like, yeah, no, he doesn't have anything to do with it. No.
Yeah.
And then what she communicates is, oh, well, that would be great. And I'll see if, and then they're like, even if he can't go, maybe he could Zoom in, or be on the phone, the speakerphone. And she gets off the phone or the meeting with him, and she was like, yeah, he's not going to do that either. And I want to go, you need to tell him he's going to do it.
Yeah.
Don't you think that he should absolutely be there?
Yep.
So this is going to be one of those Jim and Hazel Allspach things. Deep down, she probably has resentment for Dave.
Yeah.
That Dave has left her on this journey in a lot of ways alone. Like, she doesn't say, hey, Dave, you know what? I've done this 3 nights in a row. Buddy, you need to do it tonight. But just like my mother-in-law, she did it. She was just the sweetest woman in the world, and then he died, and she killed herself. And I kind of think she just wanted to get back at Jim, like, F you, I ain't taking care of you.
Yeah.
Is that crazy to think like that?
No, it is what it is.
I can't imagine a daddy with something that important not saying, hey babe, I'll be there. Yeah.
I agree.
All right, anyway, send me a picture later. I'm going in to get my kids and we're going to go fill out.
All right, y'all have fun.
All right, bye.
At the moment, it has been downwind. Rose a big swing with a long iron. Ball now finds that right greenside bunker, and that ball hit on the back right side of it. And what Justin hopes is that ball got down to the bottom, but common miss here at hole 15, but that will be tough up and down for birdie for Justin Rose here at hole 15, 4 under par in your tournament leader.
Gestured with the right hand as if to say it didn't turn over. At 12, here's Adam Scott, John McGinnis.
Rolling it down there toward the hole from inside 20 feet, and he didn't hit that. I believe these guys have gotten a little shell-shocked by the speed of these greens and have gotten a little bit more careful than they feel comfortable with.
Same time, Justin Thomas with a little pitch shot chose to go with the wedge from almost in the greenside bunker at 11. He'll have some 7 feet for par. He's at 2 over. You just heard Shane Lowry's approach at 15, Mark Carnevale. Seeing an even par. This ball lands on the back portion of the green, chases off the back edge. That's pretty good because most of the balls have bounded over the back of the green. That's just some 10 feet off the back, but will be a challenging pitch shot back to this front right hole location for Shane Lowry here at 15.
Okay, let's go to Fred Albers. And a pair of pars for Jason Kokrak and Mark Leishman. A pair of tough pars at our par 4 17th hole. Both those players, even par, going to the 18th. That may not sound like much, even par, but by the end of the day, that's a good score. I'm guessing that even par maybe even be in the top 10. I think that's a pretty good guess, Greg. Back to 12 and John McGinnis.
Bryson DeChambeau trying to clean up a par. Down the hill, strokes that from 12 feet on its way, and he starts walking. Missed that on the right-hand side. He'll tap in for a bogey. That was an unforced error. 3 mediocre shots and a tap in, and that's a 5 over par total through 12 holes now for Bryson.
Hasn't made a birdie yet.
No, I'm just amazed seeing that scorecard actually about what he's doing and with the power he's got in some of the par 5s and so region. Well, he's got 13 and 15 he can get at.
We will have Bryson on the tee at 13 in 60 seconds.
Hello, I'm a unicorn. Yes, one of those. Everyone's trying to find me, but most can't, unless there's ZipRecruiter. If you've hired before, you understand it's quite hard to find a unicorn. You know, someone who's perfect for your role. So how does ZipRecruiter do it so quickly? ZipRecruiter's technology matches your job up with the right people for your role and invites them to apply. So you get brilliant candidates fast.
Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports.
With no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, banking with Capital One is like the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like Taylor Swift choosing what to wear.
It's looking kind of chilly out today. I think I'll go with a cardigan.
Yep, even easier than that. And with our top-rated app, you can bank anytime, anywhere, making Capital One an even easier decision. That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet? New consumer accounts only. Approval required. Terms apply. Capital One and a member of FDIC.
Justin Rose is the leader of the Masters at 4 under par. He's in the greenside bunker at 15 in 2 at the par 5. The hole is on the right. He is on the right. And Greg Norman, these fiery conditions, at least these guys are getting a little bit of a break right now.
Yeah, the sun's going down, and we're watching Morikawa just flaring out to the right. The sun's going down. The wind looks like it may have laid down just a little bit, so these guys may just get a little bit easier conditions coming home.
Colin Morikawa there in the final group of the day. Morikawa is even par. He's the class of that group. Jordan Spieth is at 1 over. Cameron Smith is at 4 over. So we're looking over at the action of 15, where Matt Kuchar will have to play first. Our leader, Justin Rose, is over there. You try to track some other groups around this golf course and see who's where. As Fred Albert said, what will even par be in the top 10? Well, it's tied for 9th right now. It might wind up being in the top 5 by the time we get done. But here's the thing, with only one player under par, I guess it can't move too much. It's just Justin Rose. Rose having a nice day. Brian Harman, Hideki Matsuyama, 3 under. Will Zalatoris in his Masters debut, 2 under par. Pretty strong stuff from Will Zalatoris. 2 years ago, he wasn't in the top 1,000 in the world. Last year, he wasn't in the top 400 in the world. And he's in the Masters this year.
And a lot of people will be talking about him. He's got a good swing, good approach, and again, the youth in our game of golf right now is strong.
Yeah, lots of Monday qualifying for Will Zalatoris. He's played his way into special temporary membership. It's been a nice
down, no ball. That ball now tracking towards the front edge of the green. This needs to hang on. And now, no, still rolling. Now that ball will find, I believe, will find the penalty area and the pond, and now into the pond and the front of the green here. So Shane Lowry, I think really his only option here, Greg, will be to play from the same spot. You don't want to go back across that other side of the pond.
No, you do not. You know, obviously that showed how fast these putting surface is right now, and now he's going to be playing a similar shot, but now he's going to put a little bit more spin on the ball, a little softer hand motion coming through, just to make sure that ball just dies down there, maybe play a little higher break. And even Shane there now is just a bit shocked that the chip went past and into the water. So it tells you how treacherous it is. That was not a difficult shot, Mark, and at the end of the day, if you don't hit the ball perfectly, crisply, that ball can get away from you.
Looked like it had stopped. Shane is still muttering to himself. This is also kind of icing Justin Rose, who's over in that right green side bunker here, Mark, waiting to go.
And Shane Lowry has dropped the ball. I've seen a number of players play this shot. They've played it all the way to the just inside the fringe on the left. Now it just pitches it barely onto the green. It'll catch the slope. That's gradually working down the hole, and that was well played, but unfortunately for Shane Lowry, that will be his 5th shot. That stops there, and he'll have inside a couple feet for a bogey. He'll drop to +1 as we go to John McGinnis.
Here, right at the 11th green, Colin Morikawa playing a fairway metal to roll it through the downslope and up the upslope to the green, and gets caught up a little bit on the way onto the green and stumbles on to about 12 feet. So he'll have that to stay at even par.
Meanwhile, at 15, the leader, Justin Rose, is ready to go here, Mark.
Well, did get down to the flat of the bunker, but just, you have to be extremely lucky. Your players are going to try to land this just over the edge of the bunker in the fringe. But even if it lands there, it's just so hard to get enough spin on it to keep the ball anywhere near the flagstick. Roach flops it up there, lays it on the fringe. But this is well played. Just chasing up to the left, just below the hole. That's going to roll out. That'll be 10, 12 feet, but I'm not sure. I've yet to see anybody do any better than that from over there. So a really good shot for Justin Rose and a good look for birdie to try to get to 5 under.
Extend the lead to 2. Colin Morikawa at 11, going with the fairway wood from short and right. Playing a little bump and run here, Greg. You like that play?
Yeah, I do, actually, and it didn't take much more. Another foot of more power, and that ball would have rolled down to the hole.
At 18, Mark Leishman had driven it to the woods on the right, punched it up onto the green. Heck of a shot. He's going to have a birdie putt. He is at even par. Jason Kokrak is in the same group. He has a chance to post even par. And Victor Perez, the third member of that group, Frenchman making his debut, 6 over par as they play 18. We'll go back to John McGinnis.
Jordan Spieth's birdie putt on its way from the back of the green here at 11, breaking right down toward the hole. He left the flag, and this has a chance. Some of the members of the gallery raising their arm. Jordan takes a step forward, and that was just going to dry up short. That's an easy par for Jordan Spieth here at 11. He'll tap in and stay 1 over.
That's with a triple at 9, Greg. Jordan Spieth's not going to quit.
No, he's not a quitter. You've seen that over the last couple of years, 4 years. He's worked his game back into it, and he just stayed with it, and he doesn't want to give up. And here's a prime example now. He's got himself right in this tournament.
At 18 now, Jason Kokrak. Even par for the day, just birdie 15 and 16 to get back. Even par, 4 shots off the lead. Second shot here, right in the middle. Masters green trousers on as he takes a healthy whack at that one. Back left hole location. This is right up next to it. Turns left. Look out. Here it goes. Going toward the front of the cup, and it's going to stop there an inch away. He almost holed it.
Absolutely pure. I mean, it was absolutely pure. I actually thought he made it too, and it was like a big, strong player, puts a lot of spin on the ball, hit it nice and high.
That'll be birdie for Jason Kokrak to get in at 71. Back to 15 and Mark Carnevale.
Slightly uphill ball. Turn to his left. Rose put away, working up to the company. Right into the bottom. Justin Rose, and great up and down here at hole 15. He's now 5 under par.
So that good enough now for a 2-shot lead for Justin Rose. How about this stretch? He was 2 over through 7. He's made an eagle and 5 birdies since then. He has led or co-led 3 times here at the Masters. Got a good feel for Thursday at Augusta National.
And tomorrow he plays early.
At 12, Justin Thomas, birdie putt from the back center portion of the 12th green, and he's smirking at it. I don't think he likes it because he's misread it out to the right. So it'll be a par for Justin Thomas. He'll stay 2 over. Back to 11 and John McGinnis.
And Colin Morikawa trying to salvage par was unable to make that 8 or 9 footer, and we'll go ahead and tap in for his bogey. So he's going to fall to 1 over par in the final group here.
1 over is now 6 shots back because Justin Rose has put it together on Thursday afternoon. Low man on the golf course. He leads by 2. This is Masters Radio on Sirius XM.
The club may be closed for now, but Sirius XM's expanded dance channel lineup brings the party to you. Trans hits on
State of Army.
Remixes on
Steve Aoki's Remix Radio.
Throwback. Down-tempo electronic on classic chill, and so much more. New channels, more choices, only on the Sirius XM app.
As golf's best players gather at Augusta National for the 85th time, Rolex is once again present for the greatest moments in Masters history. In 1978, Gary Player overcame a deficit for an unforgettable win. In 1997, Tiger Woods became the tournament's youngest champion. In 2004, Phil Mickelson sank a legendary putt to claim his first major. In 2013, Adam Scott triumphed in a sudden death playoff. In 2015, Jordan Spieth equaled the Masters' all-time scoring record. And in 2019, Tiger Woods returned to glory. Now, more than ever, Rolex celebrates the athletes and organizations that continue to bring out the best in sport.
What if you found out
you are giving up 24 yards off the tee. How about knowing you can hit approach shots 18 feet closer to your target? SST Pure can put these games in your bag now. The global leader in golf shaft alignment technology. Golf shafts aren't perfectly straight. This creates losses in distance and wider dispersion throughout the bag. SST Pure has been on the PGA Tour for nearly 20